Yeah,
Bullet,
exactly.
or something.
Pretty much.
All right, guys, let's do our TV show. Very good. Bullet. Oh, this ain't nobody. Okay, okay. Let's just make sure it wasn't nobody's credit card. Yeah. Oh, I think that's Steamboat. Check. No, I didn't know if we was comedian in return date to Atlanta or what.
Tomorrow.
Oh, very good. Oh,
It's,
good.
it's this week, but it's tomorrow.
Bullet. You're making more trips than I did there for Ole, I think. Bullet. Probably with better success. Okay. Thank you, Bullet, for coming, for returning.
No problem. I've got more work to do, so I'm basically going to work right up until an
Oh,
open
yeah.
mic. Do an open mic.
You just want me thanking you come back for me. You came back to do the important stuff.
Yeah, I came back for you.
Okay. You just got to do some real paying job while you're here.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the edition of Dad, You Don't Work, You Wrestle. You're the class.
Thank you.
You know what time it is. George, how was your weekend?
Bullet, I was getting ready to put the good Lord over because we have had some rain here at Dad You Don't Work You Studios in Charlotte, and it stopped, but then, of course, when we start back, I start hearing the thundering going. So I think that's somebody telling me to shut up. But anyway, welcome everybody to, I don't know if we're one set, we're close. To a lot of issues, a lot of episodes is what I'm saying, Bullet. Thank everybody for tuning in each and every week. We are glad to be here, Bullet. Thank everybody this past week. I actually autographed one when we arrived at the studios earlier, and it will be mailed out first thing in the morning. So the book is doing good already. What a great way to start. I want to thank everybody this past week. Of course, me and you were all over the place, Bullet. Of course, I was back up for Miracle on the Mountain 6. There in Bluefield, just had a great show. Thank Cuban. I had a good match with Cuban. The old USA, doesn't matter what country, it still gets over a little bit. All you got to learn to do is just say USA. They wanted me to carry a flag, but I said, what the heck, we'll just chant. So that worked out real good, Bullet. Got to see a lot of great guys, a lot of good girl matches. That was Saturday for me. Of course, you was all over the place. And you got to see our good friend, a good viewer of the show, one of my former kids, Bobby Houston.
Yes, I have a gift for you that I'll give to you a little bit later on. Maybe later on in the week, because it's raining outside right now. I don't feel like digging through the van right now, but I do have a gift for you. So if he does see this, to let you know.
I am so glad that you got to see him. Of course, you was actually at a show, right?
At his show. At his just up the street from his house. He's got everything set up. He does a lot of fundraiser shows, Funky Monkey Wrestling,
right?
Kind of a staple in that area. Still got a high spots ring that's doing very well. He's got one of the old rings before he put the beams in the middle, so he's got one that's going to last for a very long time. But
I saw the gimmick table up, of course. I saw the gimmick table up.
Well, it was his idea. It's like, we had to take a picture behind the gimmick table, and I was like, of course we do. So that's where we took the picture. But he's doing well. He's got one kid right now, got another one on the way. So he's an adult now.
Yeah. I think he dreads that as much as we do about becoming that adult. But just so proud of that, Bullet. I love that. Of course, I love that picture. Of course, a lot of diehard fans here in the Carolinas. Remember, Bobby Houston got his start right here with us, and a lot of great times. Matter of fact, you just looked at the scrapbook not long ago. Had some early pictures of one of your first matches here, of course, and of course, Bobby Houston was right there. Did y'all start here at the same time, or it was close?
Well, we started in the Midwest. We started in the Midwest, and then he got going a little bit when I left, and then I just brought him with me. So yeah, we were probably, as far as like moving to Charlotte and living in Charlotte, probably 2 or 3 months apart.
I knew it was real.
Yeah.
And I'll always remember Bob Houston. I know he may have forgot this, but I actually worked him early on one time for, I think it was like Gary Dameron or something. But anyway, and it was just a fun match. We went for about 20 minutes, and believe it or not, somewhere way, Terry Taylor with WWE, this is years ago, actually got to see that match, and he loved it. Terry Taylor, nobody else may not have, but Terry Taylor loved it, and he was able to send me a nice message just thanking us, asking me who that kid was. Of course, nothing ever come out of it. I don't even know why I'm sharing it, but it was just neat that connection with Bobby
You're
Houston.
like, I've never met the kid before. Don't take him away from me. I go to these church shows. I don't know the kid. He's a mystery. You don't want to talk to him.
He can't work a lick.
Yeah.
None of my guys can work.
Yeah,
okay?
I had to carry him, Terry. You know how it is.
That's what happens. With all of y'all getting places and your comedian career taking off, I'm going to be doing these dadburn flea market shows by myself.
Yeah.
Bullet.
Unless you bury us to other people, you know what I'm saying? Or else you can't let us get big, or else we can't be at the Plaza Road racetrack.
Yeah, Freedom Drive out there in the rain. Bullet. Man, y'all should have never showed me you could work. Bullet. I'm just telling you. But anyway, so much going on, Bullet. Of course, this week, of course, you just shared with us a little bit earlier. You'll be going back to Atlanta, right?
Back to Atlanta tomorrow.
Same club, or no?
Well, not the same one as last time, but the time before. There's Laughing
wow.
Skull Lounge. They just had a big Laughing Skull Festival. And my buddy Nick, Nick Alexander, just got to perform in front of a bunch of industry people, the people that picked the Tonight Shows and the Conan and the late night people and stuff like that. Said he had a really great set there, kind of impressed some people there, put himself on the map a little bit. Did Paul Provenzo's set list, so he made a lot of waves this weekend in Atlanta.
Good.
So it's good to see that a friend of mine and someone who's in the Charlotte area that's kind of
right.
on the same path but much further ahead than me, do so well. So
I love that.
That's the nice things. It's possible. Because, as you do these open mics, you think you're crazy and you're stupid for doing it, but it's nice to know that somebody who's sitting right next to you that's doing the same amount of things that you're doing
exactly right.
is having a certain amount of success.
And that's the mystery of it, I think, that keeps us in it, Bullet, is it just takes one person in that audience. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it just just like in our business, it just takes one person that could change your whole
life.
Your whole life. And, I've shared on here many times the old story about Johnny Weaver, one of the biggest baby faces in Charlotte, and the old wise tale, which I believe, and a lot of guys clarified it, is just basically two promoters sitting around back in the day and competing with each other, just sitting in a chair like us. And one of them said, the next guy that walks through that door, I'll make him the greatest babyface in the world, just to prove it. And all of a sudden, Johnny Weaver walked through. And who knows? But I just kind of like that part of it. To me, that's more interesting than some guy just like going to wrestling school and getting a break. But anyway, so I just think that is so neat. Now, anything here in Charlotte coming on, Bullet? I know there's
coming up in Charlotte. I can't think of anything directly. I am seeing at Bonkers again, July 1st and 2nd. That might be the only thing in Charlotte for at least that's noteworthy upcoming. So. I would say that first and second at Bonkers.
Of course, this weekend I want to put a quick plug in, real quick. Of course, for Saturday night, PWX big show in Hickory, North Carolina. I didn't know if the Revolt, Jake Manning, will be there for that one. I didn't know.
Still suspended right now.
Still suspended.
Haven't figured out how to lift that yet. So
that will be going on. Of course, right down the road Saturday night. I'll be going to Kings Mountain, North Carolina for our guys there. Put a quick plug in for Ray and them. They run Kings Mountain steady basis every Christmas, of course. Then once a month, they're still getting it in that same building. So they'll be doing good there. And of course, Sunday I'll be going first time ever. Never heard of it before, but I did find it on the map. Chesapeake, West Virginia, just right below Charleston.
Okay.
Right above Princeton. I'll be going up there first time for some guys, and I'll have a match with a young kid that I trained years ago. But just excited about going to a new place. It's a 3:00 show on a Sunday, which I'm very, very. You can't beat that. So we'll get home, and of course school's out, summer's setting in. It's hot. And we're all miserable, but real quick. Speaking of miserable, boy, I got to give a lot of idiots this week. A lot of it, but it's just going wild. And I don't know if y'all saw this. I've been educated, but I just thought, and come to find out, one of our guys was actually at this show, and my good friend Bob Cook actually posted this video, and these two guys. And I don't know if you saw it, Bullet. Since I have saw something more death-defying, but this is the first time I saw this, and evidently I think our kid here, Cedric Alexander, was at that show. But two guys in the ring, one of them press slammed the other. I don't know if you saw it yet.
Oh, when they hit the pole?
Yeah, he threw the pole. Now, Bullet, the only reason that one of them's got to go an idiot bag. But then I heard that the one that took it, but here's my thing. I love the bump.
Oh, I guarantee the kid that took it was his idea.
And that's what I just heard. But here's my point. I love the bump, but listen to me, young folks. You got to let the guy launching you's got to be like Undertaker or somebody. You got to save that. Does that make sense? You may never get to use it, but Lord, if you can do that, it was the most amazing thing I ever seen. I mean, brother, you got to see it, folks. Brother hit the pole, and it's like Three Stooges. Brother hit the pole, wrapped his backbone around it, and just slid right down it.
I've never seen a human being fall to the earth so fast.
Me neither.
It was disturbing for me to watch. The only thing that's upsetting to me is the fact that there was such little crowd reaction to it. If I'm going to do that bump, I want everybody to
they got to start stripping.
Nuts.
You understand? That's what I'm saying.
I don't even mind Joey Janela and John Zandig doing what they did when they jumped off a building.
I did see that today too.
Now, I don't mind that so much because they built it to this is going to be the biggest moment now.
Yes.
I don't mind that as much as I mind the other guy getting thrown into the
steel.
pole.
I mean, the pole was this big, Bullet.
Yeah,
I mean,
like I said, I don't even mind George Janelle and Zandig doing with it because, like I said, big moment.
There was some build up to that.
Also, a historical moment because Nick Gage took that.
Yeah.
Nick Mondo took that with, and it was a build and historically, and that's where we're getting there. And years of tradition, I guess, of killing each other. But there's a little bit behind it as opposed to just, we're going to do a spot, I'm guessing kind of in the middle of the match, and I'm going to potentially get hurt. And so that was the thing that people can criticize me for the way I've wrestled all of my career. But I'll tell you what, I never wanted to do anything that overly risky.
No.
Because I like wrestling and I want to do it tomorrow.
That's exactly right.
And if I'm hurt, I can't do it tomorrow. So why would I take a risk?
That's my point.
Where I can't do it tomorrow. That's my philosophy.
Very good. Thank you. And that's why I will, like you said, I will put them in the idiot bag only because, well, you clarified a lot of that, but they didn't even give the fans, there was not even a build-up to enjoy that move. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like if you're going to hit that move, people should go crazy, and they just like, oh, okay.
You actually got to advertise that on the poster, I think. Well, that was just so, but it was almost, began and it was over quicker than it happened, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. But, of course, I saw the one you just mentioned also, which was just unbelievable, but there was so much buildup, you even had a chance to say, oh my gosh, no, to that one.
Yeah,
but
and that's what you want. If you're going to do that
exactly
spot, that's how you set it up.
But the wraparound back pole, listen, this brother came down the back pole quicker than Adam West. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it was just disturbing to watch. I just like...
They said he got up from it, but I've yet to believe that. But I'm like you. People ought to be stripping. If I do that, you better be like sacrificing a chicken or something. I mean, you better, you know what I'm saying? And people just sit there. Like, okay, what's next? But it was spectacular to me. Brother just like stuck to it like Velcro and then slid right down. Bullet.
And also, here's the thing, like, you're the guy that took the bump. It was your idea. Nobody's going to book you to do that again unless there's a building where that happens. Yeah. You're just going to get a bunch of views
That's
online.
Exactly right.
It's one thing if, like, you do the most spectacular 630 splash off the top or whatever, they're going to want to book you to do something like that. Or you do a balcony dive, they're going to book you to do that. Trust me, as a guy who's tried to make getting the crap beat out of him marketable, nobody will book you to take a pole and then fall to the ground at the speed of light. Nobody pays you to get your ass beat, okay? Like, as simple as that.
There's not that many big poles in arenas where we go to, Bullet. I mean,
like I said, nobody wants to see...
Oh, Lord, there's more work for us. Now we got to start bringing the ring, the sound. Now we got to bring a big pole with us, Bullet. Just more work for us. So, anyway, thank you for just clarifying all that, Bullet.
No, thank you for bringing it up. When I saw it, I wanted to get some feelings out about that. So thank you for bringing it up.
Lord, I mean, we all may have one of those left in us. Who knows? But it's got to be the greatest thing in the world.
I'm doing it to get a job, or I'm doing it to get some money. You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly right. But people, I think, have already forgot about it, whereas it still should be the talk of, almost like, Cactus Jack coming off the cage. We still hear people talk about that. Okay?
I'm going to do it to get rebooked. You know what I'm saying? Like, get something out of it.
Not just to get up and do this and just walk out. I don't know. But I did what you just clarified. I did notice the reaction of the people wasn't really a reaction at all. I mean, it's just like, do they see that all the time, or is it just maybe it wasn't that spectacular to them? I don't know.
That's the thing, it's got to be a build-up to it, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. And the difference is, because right after that, I was showed the big bump off the building that you talked about, and there was even a slow build-up of even you could hear people saying, oh my gosh, no, please, you can't do this, can't do this. And then so you almost got, we got to see it now because
Zandig did it to Signic Mondo before, so that's it's almost like a situation that, George Janelle get that kind of reputation of him being similar and compared to him, brought up in the same discussion. Not all that against it,
That's exactly right. So just a difference, but we're good. We're on the same page there, boy. But ladies and gentlemen, so we're getting ready to close here. I wanted to do something. What else good? What you can throw at a pole, okay, or any other thing you want to do with it after you purchase it is
the second greatest book of all time, and we will ship it out to you just as fast as that man fell to earth after hitting that pole. and that is a promise.
Oh, that's
HighSpots.com having some of the fastest
Oh, that's
shipping that
good.
you're going to find anywhere else, especially in professional wrestling, and anywhere in the merchandise world online.
Oh, that's good,
and
boy.
if you want to know more about what I'm doing this weekend as far as comedy, as far as wrestling and anything else, make sure you follow me on Twitter at ManScoutManning or on Instagram at ManScoutManning. It's been another edition of Dad, You Don't Work,
Good
You
job, boy.
Wrestle.
Thank you. Oh, way to tie it up, Bullet, okay? Way to tie it up.
Always
Brother,
boys.
listen.
I'm glad you brought it up.
Lord,
I saw it. I had nobody to talk to about it. So thank
Listen,
you.
Can you ever do it again? I mean, I don't think nobody can ever, like, fall like that again, boy. I don't know.